Episode 22 starts season 2 of my podcast, and I was planning to open it with a post-Super Bowl episode because, like most of you, I thought it was the most important event happening this weekend. But this weekend, I saw a 5th grade basketball game that mattered more than the biggest game in professional football. Not because of the score, not because of an incredible play, not because the outcome changed anything. It mattered because I witnessed sportsmanship at a level I've never seen. Welcome back to Summit After the Storm. I'm Bart Wilbanks. So I was watching a team play that had struggled all season. Blowout after blowout, even scoring points was a rarity. This was their last game of the year. They were down 22-0 at halftime. And I wish I could tell you that they came out the second half a different team. They didn't. The second half started the same way as every other game, and before long it was 28-3. Then something unexpected happened. One of the players missed a shot. The other team rebounded the ball, and instead of pushing it up the court for an easy transition basket, they threw it back to the kid on the opposing team who had missed and said, "You can do it, try again." No coach told him to do that. No referee stepped in, no parent shouted from the stands. And once that first kid slowed down, something else happened. His teammates followed. Drive after drive, possession after possession, they kept giving the ball back and encouraging the weaker team to try again until they scored. It wasn't a one-time gesture. It became the way they played the game. It was just kids choosing to slow down. I watched players who hadn't scored all season smile, real smiles, with confidence. I watched shoulders straighten. I watched effort replace embarrassment. They still lost, but the final score wasn't humiliating. Every player on the team scored, and when the buzzer sounded, they were proud. I'll be honest, my eyes were watering. Because what I witnessed wasn't about winning or losing a game. It was about life, about humility, and about who those kids are becoming. Watching that game took me straight back to Kilimanjaro. On the mountain, the most repeated instruction wasn't about strength or speed. It was 2 simple words: poly-poly, slowly, slowly. On Kilimanjaro, we slowed down because we had to. The altitude demanded it. The mountain enforced it. Moving too fast wasn't brave, it was dangerous. But what struck me about that gym is this. Those kids didn't have to slow down. They were stronger. They were winning. The game was already decided. And yet they chose poly-poly anyway. Not because the rules required it, but because their character did. Scripture says it this way in Romans chapter 15, verse 1. We who are strong ought to bear with the failings of the weak and not to please ourselves. That team lived that verse without knowing they were quoting it. They were strong enough to press, strong enough to dominate, and instead they chose humility. Leadership isn't revealed when slowing down is required. It's revealed when slowing down is optional. Season 1 was about what pressure exposes. Season 2 of the podcast is about what we choose to do once we see it. Sometimes leadership looks like restraint. Sometimes it looks like dignity. And sometimes it simply looks like throwing the ball back to someone who just needs another chance. The Super Bowl crowns a champion every year, but Saturday, I saw real champions. Thank you for being here, and until next time, keep climbing, poly-poly.